Yo, I know who it is. I go by the name of Do It Jack, and I'm back in the mix. I'm back in action, and this is What's Your Hustle. Well, hustling is the way of life. I'm also talking how you survive through life every day. Alright, appreciate everybody if you recently followed me on IG, if you recently subscribed to this channel. Much love and respect to you all. Now let's get into this, alright? This is tips on having and maintaining an authoritative aura. Alright, now why do you even need to have an authoritative aura? Because when it comes to doing business and when it comes to just being in everyday life, an authoritative aura lets people know that you mean business, and it lets them know that you're not a pussy. You can't be pushed around. You feel me? And also it makes people respect you. Now here are some tips and some things, some body language and different things like that that may be useful for you if you do not have an authoritative aura, or if you want to have an even more authoritative aura or vibe. Number one, maintaining eye contact. All right, so when somebody's talking to you, I was always taught you need to maintain eye contact. And sometimes I'm guilty of this because when I be at work sometimes and somebody might say hi to me or whatever, I'll kind of look at them in their eyes and say hi, and I immediately look away because sometimes I just don't want to be bothered. But a lot of times I always get like a weird vibe when I do that. You feel me? So it's always good to maintain eye contact, even when it's with somebody that you don't want to talk to, even with somebody that you do want to talk to. Looking away and doing all of this like this when somebody's talking or when you're talking, it just kind of shows that you're not really confident, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to talking to, the females or whatever it is. Because, 99% of everybody who watches this channel, watches these videos, are men, you feel me, or males, you know what I'm saying? So make sure that you maintain that eye contact, because when you don't do it, it's almost like you're lying. When somebody's not really and it also means that you might not be into the conversation when you're not looking someone directly in the eyes. So make sure that you maintain eye contact. Number two, and your boy Do It Jack is super guilty of this, super guilty, is using filler words. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I do that all the time. But the reason why I do it is because I want to make it seem like I'm personal, like I'm literally talking to you. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it's almost like I'm talking to you, but in a lot of cases, that can kind of hurt you. I know a lot of people do it because they want to make sure that people are following the things that they're saying, which is what I do. But a lot of times it's best for you to really try to eliminate that to where you are much more articulate if you don't have to use filler words. Like, you know exactly what you're going to say. You know what's important, that what you are saying is something that people will want to hear without you doing a whole lot of, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So try to eliminate those from your vocabulary, as I would try to work on mine. And a lot of y'all be calling me out like, yo, you know what I'm saying, like 10 times. So it's something that your boy Do It Jack, even himself, has to work on. All right. The next tip is smiling too much. And I think I might have referred to this in a video or two back when, you know what I'm saying, about about smiling too much. And just laughing too much. When you smile so much, it almost like it gives off the impression that you are not a threat, which you might not be a threat, and not necessarily that you want people to know that you are a threat, but it kind of comes off as soft, and it kind of comes off as someone who is not really comfortable in their skin. It kind of comes off as brown nose when you smiling too much. You at work, you smiling too much. You dealing with whoever it is you're dealing with in business, and you smiling too much and you laughing too much. It kind of shows that you're not really confident in yourself. I smile a lot, but there's a time to where when it comes to conducting business and having that authoritative vibe, the smiling has to come down a little bit. So stop showing your goddamn teeth so much. And if you are showing your teeth, make sure that you're brushing them shits, all right? Get that plaque and all that out the corner of your mouth and out the corner of your teeth and all that. Next is, I would say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't always talk around topics and avoid talking about certain shit when it's something that you want to express, something that you need to get out, something that you need to articulate to somebody else. You just need to go ahead and say it, and say it how you want to say it. People will respect you if you say what's on your mind. They might think that you're an asshole. They might think that you're a jerk or whatever. but they will respect that you are confident enough and you're bold enough to just go ahead and say exactly what it is that you mean. I mean, how many times when it comes to like doing business or something and people don't want to talk about money, like people just talk around talking about money when it comes to you getting projects done. I got people who hit me up and want to talk about, hey, I want to work with you on this short film, this music video, right? And they'll talk about the whole idea. Oh, that's cool. Then a lot of times I gotta cut them off. I'll get straight to the point. I'm like, all right, what's your budget? Because when you start talking about money, money stops a lot of bullshit. So say what you mean what you say, get to the point. Don't be dancing around topics because you're just wasting your time and you're wasting the person's time. And a lot of times the person who's wasting your time, they trying to waste your time just so that they don't have to talk about money. So they're trying to kind of like water you down with a whole bunch of other words and shit that doesn't really matter. But get to the point and say what you mean, especially when it comes to money. You know, be direct, be forward with it. Let me tell you the story. One time I had this homie, he came over to the spot and he wanted to shoot a music video. We sat there for about an hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to all his music. I'm listening to his ideas for his video, the concept for his video and all this. We sat there for like an hour and 15 minutes. And then finally when it came down to it at the end, I was like, all right, well, look, man, this is what I charge. This is my number. And he's like, oh, damn. All right, well, I'm gonna hit you up. You know what I'm saying? If I would have just came out from the front before we even got to that whole concept of what song you want to use, if I would have just came out and been like, look, this is my number, this is what I charge. That would have ended the whole conversation in 5 minutes. So get to the point, say what you mean. And last tip is to make sure that you, when you're around people, that you're not all slumped over. It just shows that you're a little bit unconfident. What I like to do is, I like to lean back in my chair, you know what I mean? Have my back up, arm up, leg up, or whatever. It just shows like you relax and that you comfortable in your space. So don't be all hunched over and looking, hands all like this, fiddling around. Just looks like you're looking for, or you're worrying about what somebody is thinking about you, worrying about who's looking at you and what they're thinking. All right, so boom, I think that was about what, 4 or 5 tips, something like that. Just real quick, you know, it's your boy Do It Jack. Probably gonna drop a video on body language because I did talk about eye contact and I talked about not, slouching up. I might give you a few more about that in the next video. So you might look for that, whatever. Follow your boy on Instagram at What's Your Hustle 1. Follow me at Do It Yourself Film Event. Sub to this channel, leave comment. You know what I'm saying? I gotta post more because, you know, I really want to keep the hood engaged, you know what I'm saying? Keep this campaign rolling. So my apologies, I've been sick and all kinds of crazy shit, but I'm back. You feel me? So haters, y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Do It Jack. Get at me.